Gee, they've even named the bloody burger after D-Day. Look at this. Wow. And again, you can see the design. Look at that. Made or break. Go, go, go. Wow, even 80 years later. Picture this. June 6th, 1944. D-Day. The winds howl across the English Channel. Over 150,000 Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy. Chaos, courage, sacrifice. Omaha Beach, code name for hell on earth. Bullets rain, sands turn red. Young men fight not for glory, but for freedom. But today we walk these sands as witnesses to a tragic event that should have never happened. But today, let's take a look at Omaha Beach and see what it looks like in modern day. Fast forward 80 years now. Let's see what's here today, see what the beach is like, see if we can find some bunkers, batteries, and whatever else is going on. There's a huge memorial right here, look at this. Wow. So here, look, here's the beach itself. Perhaps you saw it in a Tom Hanks movie. Perhaps you saw it in a documentary in school or on the Discovery Channel. But here it sits today, and well, it looks like a regular old beach, doesn't it? Nothing too much different from your local seaside. But obviously this one's steeped in a lot of history. Wow, just to think, all these blooded sands, Allied troops coming in. I think we had 70,000, give or take, American troops landing on Omaha Beach. 70,000 of just over 150,000 Allied troops landing on 5 beaches. There was the Canadians at Juno Beach, the British at Sword and Gold, and the Americans at Omaha and Utah. We're at Omaha today because Omaha saw the most casualties, or at least the bloodiest and brutal battle of all of the landings during the D-Day. The D-Day landings. Wow. I wonder if you can find some treasures here today. Oh, this little seashell there. But people have gone on these sands with metal detectors and all kinds of things, haven't they, over the years? But today, wow, today looks like any other beach, doesn't it? Look at that. So what is modern day Omaha Beach like? Well, capitalized on the tourists, especially American tourists coming into Omaha and Utah beaches. So we have restaurants, look, D-Day restaurant. Imagine seeing that, D-Day restaurant. Huh? Bars and restaurants there. You see a lot of American flags. Some American families living not too far away with flags cast in their garden. It's almost like a little American community and also time capsule in northern France. It's quite interesting, really. So near here there's a battery, which is where some of the Germans would be protecting the shorelines against the Allies coming in. So we're going to try and look at one of those now. There's one in this area, and they're dotted all the way along the beach at strategic points. I believe a lot of them have been reconstructed with original weaponry, or at least reconstructions of original weaponry. So we're going to try and take a look, see if we can find anything here today. But especially this area, it's just full of modern souvenirs, restaurants, and look at that, you can buy a D-Day mug. Oh, the flag of Finland. What's that doing? Oh, there's a tour bus, look. So I've just walked up this path from the beach here, and already we see a Widerstandsnest, known to the Germans as a Widerstandsnest. And often these could be connected using underground tunnels, making them very hard to eliminate, typically manned by 10 to 15 German soldiers with machine guns, anti-tank weaponry. I'm going to try and get through this fence and have a little look inside. Look at that. Go, go, go! Oh, it's actually in someone's garden. Look at this. They have a German resistance nest in their French garden. I didn't expect that. I don't know why. I was going to hop through. I'm going to try and hop through from the other side because I want to see a bunker, a German bunker. I'm all wet now. Okay, we're in. We've made our break. Go, go, go. Look at this. Wow. Look at this. So you can see the entrance from their garden there. So in there you would have 10 to 15 soldiers. Let's see if we can slip inside. It's quite small. Look at this. Wow. You can see people are coming up here. Wow, amazing. It's quite small, really. It's just one very small room. And that's it. There's a little porch here. And even some stairs. Look at that. It's like a little strategic lookout hole. Oh, in their garden, look. Cool, isn't it? Okay, see you in a minute. Wow, how cool was that? So the most notorious German bunker there is number 62. Caused a lot of casualties. We'll see if we can find it. It's just a short walk along the beach. And yeah, we'll have another look around. I think there's also a museum here as well. And a huge American cemetery, which we're going to check out momentarily. Okay, let's go. So, what can you buy in a D-Day restaurant? Sailor's tartar. Oh no, don't want to do a Mr. Bean. No, it's raw. Don't eat it. Oh wow. It's a 17 € burger. Gee, they've even named the bloody burger after D-Day. Wow. There's no cost on commercialism, is there? Oof, okay. We have found a unicorn in France. A toilet. Very hard to find in France. What's the paper situation? No paper. Yeah, I mean, this is rare enough. I think finding paper in a toilet in France is, you've won the lottery, basically. Okay, so we're on our way to the infamous Bunker 62. German Bunker 62. We've reached the end of the road, so now we're traversing on foot. It should be buried in these hillsides somewhere, a couple kilometers from where we were before. Wow. It's actually a very big beach, you wouldn't think, but it stretches all the way from that cliff over there all the way to there. Wow. So why were the Germans in France, for those of you who are unaware? Well, the French put up very little resistance, even with British help, to the mighty Nazi army. The Nazi army with their panzer tanks, very strong tanks, but also Blitzkrieg, their secret, top secret military, well, it wasn't really a secret, but they crushed anyone with it. Blitzkrieg, you attract the front, hold their attention, flank them, and then attack them from the rear. No one could defeat the Blitzkrieg. French fell very quickly. Their military pretty much dissolved, and then began the German occupation of France. So D-Day comes while the Americas got involved, Canada as well, for the June attacks, 1944. And here we are today, looking for a German bunker in northern France. Crazy how politics, war, strong opinions can shape the day it is today. It's a nice beach now though, isn't it? It's crazy, as you walk these coastal trails, you just see various monuments commemorating various faces of the war. Look at this. And it's not just him with his strong military nose, it's actually a lot all the way along this very tiny trail at the back of just regular people's gardens. It's, yeah, definitely something a little different, isn't it? Okay, after 2 kilometers of walking, I think we've made it. And there's memorials here, look. I'm sure there's another one there. Look at that. Wow, even 80 years later. Here it is, the infamous. And look at the strategic point it had over Omaha Beach. Look at that. You can see pretty much the whole beach from this bunker. And that's why there's so many memorials down there, resulting in so many casualties. Wow. Okay, we've scaled down. Look at this. Wow. The bunker that took so many lives. And this is a huge bunker. This isn't your average 10 to 15 Nazi occupant bunker. There's going to be a lot of shooters in here. And look. Wow. You can see the rebar coming through the bunker wall. Obviously someone came in here and they put some heavy fire. There's a lot of swamp in here. I'm not sure if that's been boarded up, but there are a couple doors over there. I'm not sure if we can get through, but I think we can try and find another way around. But look at this. Look at the metal roof here. Look at that. So much concrete. You know, just one bullet would not do anything to the outside of this. And there's a dog, look, a modern day dog. There's a lot of bats in here.
No, it's not a bat, it's a bird. It's a bird.
Let's look inside one of the rooms then.
Oh yeah, that's the nest.
Where? Oh, that's just a bird nest.
Yes, a bird.
Yeah, it's a
Not
little
bat.
bird.
It was a bird.
So this must be for ventilation. You can see a ventilation shaft there. Completely rusted now. What is that in there? I'm not sure what that is. Looks like some underpants. So that'll be ventilation. It looks like another ventilation shaft there. Some underwear. Let's see what's in this one. A small room, perhaps for storage of munitions. A munitions storage room. Looks pretty exposed, but there are some strategic things going on here. Let's see if we can have a look around. It's actually quite a big bunker. There's a lot of things going on here. Wow. Yeah, look how deep it is. You're looking at around 30 feet from the bottom all the way to the top. Wow. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? So above the bunker here, there's now a memorial here. We'll have a look at that in a second. But again, look, it's similar structure, very similar. So you have like a couple brick walls almost blocking the entrance here, so you can't get any direct fire coming into the bunker. So what you would have is probably when you get like a ground assault coming in, they can strategically hide behind these walls, poke a gun around the corner. So the design, yeah, very well thought about. But coming in here, you'll see a similar design to the one we just went in. So here's probably another storage room or something like that. The same kind of ventilation, look, the same design. I imagine they got various factories and workers to do a bunker blueprint, but this looks like one of the bigger bunkers anyway. It's definitely a lot bigger than that bunker we were in before. And again, you can see the design. Look at that. That's not something you can just do with a normal gun. That is a big blow. Look at that. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? And again, the same look. The metal roofing here looks like metal sheets here, just to sort of reinforce the bunker itself. Similar design here. And coming out. So this one looks more intact, but you can see this has been slightly destroyed on the facade, just like the 42 as well. But it's quite amazing how quick the Nazis erected all these defenses. And it wasn't at the start of the war when, you know, these were constructed. The French military pretty much dissolved after the start of the war, so development was very rapid. So let's take a look at the memorial on top here. So here you can see the ventilation chutes, look, made out of concrete. Look at that, still standing today. Well, two of them are there. Wow. And here sits a memorial, look at this. Wow. So I'm hearing a lot of American accents here, so I'm sure some people have made this trip just to come to this place right here. But look at the strategic positioning of this one. I imagine it's part of Bunker 42, I don't know. But, sorry, 62, I keep saying 42. But yeah, look at the strategic viewpoint on this whole beach. It's almost like they had no chance, you know? Wow. It's memorial after memorial. It's memorials absolutely everywhere. And for good reason. Wow. So they always said some of these German bunkers has a network of tunnels between them, making them hard to take down. And here you see some remnants of what could be a tunneling system. You can see an old wall here. It's almost forgotten to time there, just buried underneath the grass. Who knows what's hiding beneath my feet right now? It's absolutely crazy, you know. I mean, if you go back to Enver Hoxha's Albania, the amount of tunnels he had in the mountains is absolutely crazy, and a lot of them are still there today. So, you know, perhaps he took some advice from the Nazi regime. Maybe bunkers was the way to go. But it's interesting the way the ground is shaped. You can almost tell there's something hiding underneath. This doesn't look like a natural piece of grass, doesn't it? That does. This, it makes you question what's hiding underneath here. So there's where we were before. We've just gone beyond a tree and some grass, and already I see something right here. Another bunker. Wow. Now this one's a smaller bunker, perhaps 5, 10 maximum. Nazi soldiers here. Looking at their viewpoint here, look at this. You can still see a good segment of the beach right here. Wow. This collection of bunkers around bunker 62, absolutely devastating. And this one doesn't look in too bad condition. You can see where some of the incoming fire here destroyed some of the facade here at the front. Perhaps the back wall might have some right here as well. But in terms of inside the bunker, relatively it looks in good condition. Wow. There's a very small archway. You cannot stand up straight in this room, only this room here, but once you go over 6 feet, then you're going to be crouching. I can't imagine it's going to be a comfortable place to stay. Wow. And from here, let's take a look down here. Well and truly never ends. I keep neglecting to remember that Widerstandsnest means resistance nest, so it's not just one bunker. Like for example, bunker 62, it means a collection, a resistance of bunkers. So all the bunkers you saw on that sign, all those bunkers we just saw moments ago. Number 62 is a collection, a 62nd collection on Omaha Beach. Wow, you can imagine the scale of things in the Nazi regime. Insane. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of Omaha Beach in Normandy, France. I'll leave you with the final bunker. This is a different design, isn't it? I imagine this was a tunnel leading somewhere else. Today, it's full of clay. I hope that's clay. So we saw underground tunnels just like this in Albania, in the Albanian mountains. If you didn't see that video, I'll link it below, you should check it out. Looks like a little area to the outdoors. There's a ladder there, look. Wow. So it looks like another bunker design here. Another sign that they had tunnels between the bunkers. But coming out the other side, it looks like it almost goes down again. But perhaps it's forgotten to time. Oh yeah, there's a very small bunker in there. You need to be kid sized to get into that one. Wow. Here we are, just in a random field. There's the ventilation holes, and there's the monument. Absolutely insane. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. See you in another video, coming soon. Take care.
What?
People find that very offensive if you try and dress up as Hitler.
Hey, I'm just...
I see you.
This is my your problem?